reviewing One Piece episode 5, and let's get into it. So this is where we left off, where Luffy drops in on this mysterious woman, whoever she is, and then now he's caught literally between her trying to escape and the bandits trying to get her. But check out the face of her, like she's already realized that she's going to take advantage of Luffy. Like, dude, does anybody look at their face? Like, she's like, alright, yeah, it's unfortunate for you that you've landed here, but now I'm going to take the most of the situation. Let's see what happens next. Okay, so we finally get a reveal of who this girl is. Her name is Nami, and she does not care about anybody but herself from the jump, because she's climbing on this roof, and then she's like, I wonder if they killed him yet. Didn't care about who the person was, didn't care about Luffy, didn't care about anything. She was just like, damn, I wonder if they killed him. And then when they didn't kill him, she's like, okay, yeah, let's team up. But what I want to point out is the same thing we've been seeing in every single episode, where Luffy is always saving somebody. It's almost like that's like a rite of passage, where Luffy has to see you at your worst, or he just has to see you in a very like human position where you just like you need help, so he can see what kind of person you are. And this guy right here, he doesn't understand the first rule of dealing with people of power. He's basically telling Buggy the bad news. He's like, oh yeah, the thieves stole everything because the safe was just unlocked. And then Buggy obviously misinterprets it as like who has a fake nose? But the point is, never deliver bad news. Like, this is just a life lesson for anybody listening. If you know bad news and you know who it's got to get to, never be the one to deliver it, because you're the one that's going to take the front end of the whatever comes with it. So never deliver bad news. Let that be a life lesson. So Buggy inspires fears in them. He just choked out that crewmate literally because he delivered the bad news. And he has some kind of weird devil fruit. We don't see what it is exactly. He was able to like pick the guy up without even like touching him, it seems. I mean, obviously people who've watched the anime before already know what's up. But check this out. So they're like, oh, here it comes. And then he's lifting this guy up. You see, he's lifting him up. But how? How is he doing that? So we don't know. It hasn't been revealed yet. This is only episode 5, but I'm sure we're gonna see how his devil fruit power works, how he acquired it. What I want to know though about Buggy is how did he get the red nose? Is that like just a fake nose that he put on, or did his nose really become red? Like, is that really his nose? And how did that happen? And you see this right here. You see these like two, like on both sides. You see like blue coming out of the hat. That's actually his hair. Okay, like that's literally his hair. And how do I know that? Because look on the side. He has blue hair, and that blue hair matches the blue hair tone on the sides. He literally has hair that long, and it makes sense because nobody's getting a haircut. And those times you let your hair grow long until it falls off. Like, nobody's getting a haircut. You literally just let your hair go and grow. So this is Buggy. We finally got introduced to him. He seems like a no-nonsense person, and he's been he talks about going to the Grand Line again, and then but I wonder with the way he talks about it. Let's see if I can find it. Just when we're about to enter the Grand Line and go on a rampage, so he wants to go to the Grand Line, and he seems to be in a hurry too. So let's see what happens next. What I like about Luffy is when he's talking to Nami, he goes, oh, so you're a thief, because she says she's feeding Luffy, and she says she only steals from pirates. But Luffy goes, a thief is a thief. And this is why I like Luffy. You know, he can be very immature, but when he says like these one-liners, it really has a lot of impact. It doesn't matter how you justify it. Stealing is stealing, and that in itself is wrong. This is an interesting situation, actually, of how Nami put herself in the situation. You can probably see it better here. Nami put her in a situation where it's like she's now forced to have to blow out Luffy just because she wanted to use Luffy as a way for her to not get into any trouble And now look at what that's cost her. Now she has to prove her loyalty. And she thought that she was just going to infiltrate this pirate crew because they are dumb and stupid, and that would be the end of it. But what she does not understand is that the farmer has a better understanding than, for example, somebody who uses tools all day. And you probably wonder what that has to do with One Piece, but it's the same thing. Basically what I'm saying is that a farmer who has no education and no knowledge of or how to communicate with the outside world, because all they do is work on their farm, has a better understanding of the different moving parts of the world. Why? Because a farmer can't just go to work every day with like a hammer and a nail and know that the hammer and the nail is going to work all the time. The farmer has a horse that could be sick one day, that could be healthy the other day, tired one day. It has a cow that may not be cooperating. It has bulls that need to pull the cart along while it does its work. And all these things are affected by their health, by their strength, by their age. A hammer, on a day-to-day basis, you're going to rely on that hammer for it to do its job for like years to come and not have to worry about replacing it. So the farmer actually has a better understanding of how moving parts work. Nami is like the mechanic that has a hammer and a nail. Like, she has her tools to steal, and she's in the world, so she can communicate. So she's like, oh, this pirate is stupid, this pirate can't think, and stuff like this. But in actuality, the pirate has a better understanding of how moving parts work. For example, Buggy knows that Nami just infiltrated them. Like, Nami just asked to join the crew, so she has to prove herself. She naturally has to prove herself. Whereas Nami did not think that would happen, but she's used to people like going by logic. Pirates don't go by logic. Pirates go by a different way of understanding, of like, okay, you're gonna have to prove yourself. You're gonna have to prove everything you say. Everything you say is gonna be up for grabs. Like, you got to prove it. You can't just like fake it till you make it. Not in this world. You got to prove it. And this is what Nami is learning the hard way right now. So what is she gonna do? Is she gonna take out the person that just saved her? Let's see. Exactly, and Luffy just said it. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to get... Okay, Luffy just said it. Luffy just said, that's what happens when you take on pirates with half-assed resolve, because her hands are shaking. Nami's hands are shaking. You can't just come in... You can't just come in and act like you're about it. You have to really be willing to walk the walk. And Luffy is just showing her. This is what I'm saying. I didn't even see this part. Like, I'm talking about it as we're going along. You gotta prove yourself. Luffy and Buggy have a better understanding of what it actually means to be a pirate. You're not gonna fake that. You're not gonna fake being a pirate. You're gonna have to prove that. And what I like about the whole situation is that Buggy doesn't assume. He asks Nami right away, like, what is the meaning of this? Why did you just do that? He didn't just like assume that he didn't just assume anything. He's just like, Nami, why did you just do that? Why did you just attack your crewmate? Didn't you just ask to be on this crew? Why'd you do that? Pirates do not assume, and I like that. I mean, it's obvious why, but then again, it's not. Like, explain yourself. Okay, wow. So Zoro effectively just let his guard down, and now my question about the devil fruit that Buggy has is, can Buggy be shot by a bullet? Obviously, he can't be cut, but a bullet, a bullet pierces you, but so does a sword, right? So if he were to get stabbed, his body would just reattach itself. So my question is, could Buggy actually be shot by a bullet and not get hurt? Right? That should be like one of the properties of his devil fruit. Like, it makes sense. But just because they say chop fruit doesn't mean that he can't be, like, he can't avoid getting shot too. Like, that works with the same thing. But we'll have to keep watching to see. I don't know if they ever even touch upon that later in this episode, but we'll see. I'm not going to spoil anything, but let's see. Okay, so they just lit the buggy ball, and I really wonder if I wonder if Buggy's gonna live. This is what I wanted to see. Like, I wanted to see if Buggy was gonna actually live if he got shot by something like a bullet. And they finally shot it, so now let's see. So I want to see next episode what happens to Buggy. So I want to see what happens to Buggy next episode. I want to see if he lives through this.